She asked, Sunny, tomorrow, could you talk about turning towards the I am when we are in our everyday reality? How much as effort versus grace? So this is the part of the question that really that I like, and I think it's really important to address. Effort versus grace. Effort meaning like you feel like you're doing something as a person to force awakening or to become peaceful. Grace meaning it's like happening on its own. It's like life pulling you in. Sometimes you feel like you're putting in a lot of effort. Sometimes you feel like it's all grace, right? So talk about turning towards the I am when we are in our everyday reality. Let's start with this. Any effort that you feel like you are putting in into this practice, all your effort towards your spiritual practice is itself grace. Even the desire to put in more effort, the willingness to put in all that you have, your entire love, the intensity of your love towards this teaching or towards self-discovery is itself a sign of grace. The teaching, even coming into our life, is grace. Us really feeling like we resonate with the teaching and really wanting to go deeper into the teaching, that is grace. Sitting down for meditation every day, that is grace. Doing it even when it's difficult, that is grace. Feeling like I'm putting in so much effort, yet not even maybe getting the result that I want, but still doing it anyway, that is grace. You see, that this just dissolves the question of effort versus grace. Effort is grace. Effortlessness is also grace. I don't mean to confuse you, but we spoke of this on the last call that there are phases where, especially when we begin this practice, that there needs to be a lot of effort. And, we have to push through the mind's resistances and its behavioral patterns. And then it may also turn into effortlessness later on down the road. So there will be periods of effort, and there will be periods of effortlessness. They may go up and down now and then, right? They happen and then they don't. So both are grace. And then the question doesn't remain. If we really just start to look at everything in our life as grace, right? Because what makes us go the opposite way? We when we feel like we are struggling or when we feel like, oh, we're not really progressing, that itself is all just mental judgment. It is our idea of what the spiritual practice should be, about if I meditate for 2 hours, where should I get and what should change in my life? If I practice this spiritual teaching for this long, what should be happening? Or me looking at my neighbor and seeing, okay, this person is practicing meditation in this way, they're getting this result, and then I'm not getting that result. So you see, these are just like the way that it's like the mind defining spiritual practice or even awakening. It wants to put awakening into a box where it can be known. Oh, this is what awakening is, and this is what it isn't. This is what meditation is, and this is what it isn't. This is what should happen, and this is what shouldn't happen. See, please observe your own mind and see that it operates in this way. It defines, it limits, it judges. But none of what we talk about here can really be defined. You cannot be defined. You cannot be put in a box. Life is the unknown. It is spontaneous. It is creativity itself. The moment it appears, right, the mind observes through judgment, through interpretation, grabs a hold of it. That's what we call memory. So the known is simply the past, but life is fresh. It's ever spontaneous. It can never be grasped. Try to grab hold of this moment. You can't. No matter how miserable this moment may be for you, it will pass. No matter how blissful this experience may be for you, it will also pass. But try to grasp a hold of, or try to become aware of that which is now passing. And we have a hard time with that because that is unknown. That is not appearing like the sound of my voice is appearing, or your thoughts are appearing, or your body appears. Anything that appears, it disappears. Here we talk about that which does not appear or disappear. When we try to become aware of that, it's difficult because, right, we look up, we look down, we look left, right, we look out, in, but you can't come to that as a substance, as a thing. It's not a thought, it's not a sensation, it is not an emotion. All those things appear and they disappear. They happen and then they are no longer. So the unknown itself is it's it. That's the source. That's life. Unknown, unpredictable, undefinable. Life itself is grace. So even if we start to look at our spiritual practice in this way, it's a very powerful attitude where we see that the person that I take myself to be is not really fully in control. That all of my control and effort that I feel like I am putting in is just the spontaneous unfoldment. It is grace itself. And so when it comes to this teaching, it came into your life without you necessarily asking for it. We've had many talks about this before too. The teaching came into your life. You didn't go out looking for it. Or even let's say you did. Even the impulse to go out and look for it, you didn't ask for. It just happened. It arose within you. And when the teaching came into your life, the resonance, the desire to pursue it, you didn't choose it. You didn't make it happen. It happened. It came. It spontaneously happened, arose. That itself is grace. And then all your effort to pursue it and go deeper into it, that itself is grace. It is all spontaneously unfolding. So even what you feel like you're doing and making happen is already the happening, which we are calling the spontaneous unfoldment of life. When you start to view things in this way, so much pressure is lifted off your shoulders. Because the person is plagued by a sense of responsibility, a sense of doership, a sense of needing to find the right path, and a fear of going in the wrong direction, the fear of being misled, the fear of being taken advantage of. All of these things require you to believe in yourself as merely a person, as a body that can be taken advantage of or go the wrong way, a body which has its own individual island, that I'm controlling. This brings with it all these anxieties and fears. Am I doing the right thing? Am I going the right way? Am I going to be okay? Right? Again, you're suffering the unknown. What is fear? It is suffering the unknown. See it in that way. Fear is you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know if you'll be okay. It's suffering the unknown. What is the future? The future is the unknown. That which has not happened is the unknown. It's just infinite possibility. Anything may happen. Fear is the suffering of that aspect of life. But when you start to see that life itself is the unknown, like then and that the person I take myself to be and the life that I feel like I am living is just spontaneous unfoldment, one expression out of the infinite expressions of that infinite possibility, of that unknown element. Then you start to feel connected, then you start to feel like, of course, from the effort perspective, the personal perspective, I'm just going to do what I resonate with, do what I enjoy, do what I feel is right. And then you have no room to entertain these fears. Like the fear itself starts to become unreal, no longer captivating. What are you to care about what's going to happen in the unknown? Like, let it unfold. That itself is the whole experience. It's unknown, it's unpredictable. So who knows if your tons of spiritual practice will bear any fruit? Do it anyway, because that's what you enjoy, that's what you resonate with. Let the unknown take care of the result. This is what's called karma yoga. Do what you want, work hard, do whatever you wish to do, wish to practice, and leave the results to life. That is the attitude that it requires, this whole spiritual practice requires. And let the unknown take care of whatever you need taken care of. Trust the unknown, and this whole weight of doership and guilt and anxiety is lifted off your shoulders. That's like allowing life to lead the way. It's allowing the self to lead the way. And I'm using these terms as the synonymous: life, self, unknown, synonymous, same thing. So in your daily life, to remain present and to no longer just unconsciously react and dwell in the projected world of thoughts, of course you're going to have to make effort, but take that effort to be grace. Make as much effort you want. That effort itself is grace.
I just want to thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that us covering this topic today brought clarity uh, into your understanding of this subject and how to now proceed with this spiritual practice and just life in general. I just wanted to also give you a reminder to make sure to take advantage of all of the free resources that I offer, not only on this channel, but also right in the description box below. You'll see they're on my website. The links are all down below. Also, if you do want my personal help with this practice, if you want to learn more about coaching with me, about my School of Awakening, the details are down below as well. In it, I work with you personally to help you dissolve mind identification and become established in self-awareness and peace, becoming free from suffering your experience, suffering the contents of awareness. It's going to absolutely pierce through your confusion, your delusion. It's going to bring so much clarity, understanding. So if you feel like you've been trying to do this on your own, yet you don't experience the depth and understanding and perception that you feel like, this practice and these teachings should be bringing, then learn more about my School of Awakening. You will absolutely love it. It will transform your entire approach to life, to spiritual practice, and ultimately clear away the clouds which are obscuring your true nature as it is, life as it is. I'll link that down below. That's all for me for today. I will see you next time.